Welcome on in. Welcome on in. We're going to do a recap of Raw. It took place the 1st of September. For this one's going to be interesting. We're going to be talking a few things. CM Punk, AJ, Bella. There's a few things. You know what Raw was doing. We're going to talk about it. And at the end, we're going to rate this bitch. We're going to say whether or not was it a good Raw. Go ahead and join us. Put in the comments. Now, if you're new to everything, hit the subscribe button, like, follow, all that other stuff. If you happen to see some affiliate links in the description video, we get a nice little kickback. We really appreciate the support as always. So without further ado, I'm sitting here with Manny, the not so super fan, and I am the Dad Panther, writer, streamer, content creator, master of none. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. So Manny, we got WWE Raw, kicked off, comes after what looks like the last pay-per-view for the Peacock, NBC. That's it. We spent one night in Paris and we're done. We went ahead and talked about that, recapped it. So check that out. But what we're going to start talking about on Raw.
Well, let's start off with the New Day.
Woo! Should have brought my.
I know we talked about the last episode how these guys. They kind of put them in the back burner, with the whole.
They did
with the whole heel turn, but they've been keeping me entertained as far as this heel turn, even though WWE is not trying to do. It appears that they're not trying to do much with them.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they were walking on WWE, I know it's probably a part of the person that was probably part of the show, but they grabbed their phone and stomped on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
right. We like extras. They're over there ripping signs up, and I think they were messing with Jade's husband and daughter at one show at a live event. I think it's great for wrestling. I think it's great for the New Day. The New Day, similar to Karrion Kross and some others, they showcase what you can do with the opportunity that you do have. Not everybody's going to get the ring time. They're not going to get the promos, but just like when they came together with Big E, they're finding a way to make it theirs themselves. And I appreciate that. I respect it. That's why they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And so for them to do this thing where they've lost the championship, we've already talked about how I feel about the tag team championships. They've lost them and they're in mourning. They're wearing only black. Their entrances are darker.
I love that segment.
They did a segment. Yes, they did a segment, which I'm assuming what's happening is if we're in the US, we get ads. If you're on VPN, listen, I'm only saying that because Stephanie McMahon mentioned VPNs and TKO is not happy with her about mentioning that, but she mentioned it, not me, though we may get sponsorship for a VPN down the road. I'm just saying. But
she's probably,
I think
looking out for her dad,
I don't know, but if another country is watching it, they don't get ads, so they get a lot of these promos that we're not getting. And so the New Day cut this promo in this empty ass church. It was probably a banquet hall at a hospital or not a hospital, a hotel, and they went ahead and cut this lazy ass promo. And I'm not lazy in a bad way, but there's nobody in this funeral spot. They got an urn. I don't know whose urn it is. Respectfully, they got a legit fucking urn. They're reading from what looks like the Bible, and they're like, "Well, let's mourn."
Probably got it from Paul. What's his name?
Not Heyman. Damn it, Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
So I think it's just interesting because they do such a good job, and somebody was like, "Let's run with this. Let's run with this." So I thought it was really cool. They even showed like how the belt is feeling. They're like, it's not being worn around the waist. Like that's just so I big ups to them. I'll let it get them on the show. Big ups to the New Day.
But overall, that match, it was a great match. Especially with Penta and Viking Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, I love that one move, that last Destroyer, when he did the Destroyer and he jumped over Ivor's back and did the flip.
Very athletic.
It shows you these guys, even though I see the New Day there with Grayson Waller and you have the Viking Raiders. It seemed like WWE is purposely putting, even though they have their thing sometimes, they're purposely putting these new talent with like the experienced one, I guess, and you said it before, to kind of get them to the next step, even though some of them are not known name. But Penta over there, the crowd, like again, the international crowd is just making us look bad over here, man.
Like I told you before, we talked about it before. We said, hey, you know what do we do with pay-per-views in other countries? And we said, hey, how could you take something as big as WrestleMania and take it to Dubai, take it to Saudi Arabia? We talked about, yeah, Canada's has some stuff, but how you gonna take something to Ireland or London? We've had people
Is
say,
Eddie
hey,
gonna be able to afford or Dubai trip?
listen, hey, if you're new, Mr. Lingo, the man with the money, he said, hey, look, if we don't even know what the rule is. We don't know if it was 1,000 likes, 100,000 likes, or subscription. Somebody legally, we need to check. But he was like, we'll be able to go for free. And then there was some wiggle room. It didn't say a time period. So this could be 5 years from now. This could be 10 years. I don't know. Also, there's some gray area. He didn't say just me and Manny, because he know I'm a package deal. I got a family. We stepping in there, but on the honest, like, I felt some type of way about how could it go to another country, right? I felt like it was selfish. I'm gonna be real with y'all out here at the Critics Collective. That Panther was selfish, but thinking about it, watching these crowds, we don't deserve this, because I can't afford to be in there. If I was in there, I'd be like, oh, I'll be learning new chants. I'm like, all right, so what are we saying in Europe? When AJ come out, we doing this, whatever. But I'm watching, and the energy was so crazy. Point blank, I feel like we don't deserve it. We don't deserve it.
We don't. So the Kabuki Warriors.
Yep.
So the main reason I want to bring this up is the whole thing going on with Io and Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Asuka has this whole, like, the story is Asuka kind of being that possessive friend, but also the, what's it called, backhanded
complimenting type
of friend.
She gonna flip. She gonna go heel.
Yeah, she gonna. But the thing is, I don't like this rehash story either. Face heel. It's like it wasn't enough time period of them being face, all of a sudden going back to heel again. You know.
I agree, but I think this is the cause and effect for Naomi, because you need more heels. Naomi was that heel champion. I think the conversation was, do you put the belt on Roxanne? Do you put the belt on Steph V? Do you put the belt on Asuka? So I think what it was let's speed this up, because we thought we had more time where she could be a face.
What about Raquel?
Even if that, I don't get me wrong, I love that. They should have never lost the belts to Charlotte Flair and respectfully, it wasn't Liv. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss. They should have lost the belt to them, in my opinion. They should have kept it, because they're heels. The Judgment Day is carrying championships just like they were when Rhea and them were carrying championships, and Damien Priest. I just think they're doing such a good job as heels. They're gelling together. The people are used to them. Keep the belt on them. And matter of fact, I was fine with her being in the conversation for a champion, because tell me, is there another woman that's, other than Nia, there's nobody else that's as big as her, like with that power and that strength, and like put a belt on her, heel or not, and let somebody try to take it. And I think they'll be entertaining. But for this, I just think they're trying to speed some stuff up, line up their timelines for these pay-per-views that are coming out.
But I don't know. We do have a couple women that could be, I would say, heavyweight champion. Again, you could bring back Nia.
She's doing good work in NXT right now.
Jade. Oh. Even though, hey.
I know how you feel about her and baby oil. I know.
Even though her arena work needs some work, but WWE needs to utilize her more as a powerhouse.
Okay.
Like they did with Raquel and Nia, you know. But other than that, the only other women I would say is Stephanie Valkyrie, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna go for the Universal Championship on the women's side, because they do have a match. It's not even gonna be. Wait, she's fighting Rio. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
yeah,
it should have been Rio. Yeah,
fighting
Bernie.
Io. So I'm pretty sure
I didn't
Stephanie
say
Valkyrie is
that.
probably gonna be the one to take the belt.
I feel like I'm not happy about how they put that together. I just felt like we had talked about it before. What I wanted was, and look what I want. What I wanted was when Naomi had made that conversation and she should have said, "Hey y'all, I know you got Netflix and chill, but we also have Netflix and Raw. Like and I'm pregnant and I gotta leave the belt. But before I get out of here, there's gonna be a tournament. There's gonna be a tournament. And I know what y'all saying. Oh, we always a tournament and King of the Ring and Queen of the and make this tournament hit differently where you're focused on the skill of the person, whether in the ring or cutting promos. So you're putting that out there. I thought there should have been a tournament. I thought we should have made it to the quarterfinals by the Paris pay-per-view premium live event. And then I felt like WrestlePalooza, once that news broke, I thought it was a perfect time to say we're going to crown a new women's champion. And so I thought that would have been the stage. Now, I'm not saying about anything who should have it, but I'm saying I felt like that would have made it a buildup. I feel like here we go again with women's wrestling Evolution 2. There was no buildup. And it performed like a mother effort. It was successful. It played well. The matches we talked about, it was better than the men's putting shit out. And here we go again. We got a belt. It's probably gonna be crowned, and nobody knows about it. There's no story. There's no build up. There's no three best match where it's like, hey, we're gonna put them on Raw. We're gonna put them on SmackDown, and we're gonna crown it. We're gonna crown it. It's just, hey, these two are gonna go up against each other. They're gonna get the belt. So run it.
So this match, as far as Finn Balor, again, another one the European crowd loved. I remember we were talking, I was like, damn, the crowd's going crazy for this guy.
Yeah, he even teased the intro. He teased the demon and some other stuff. He normally does it. So yeah, he's playing him like a fiddle.
But I would again with Finn Balor, even with the segment before Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio's match, you can see that he would like his no snark remark. You know, I guess you don't need backup. But I feel that he's probably gonna go after Dominic Mysterio. He's purposely sabotaging him. You can see that.
Yeah,
and I think it's just probably going to be another story like Damian Priest, where he's jealous that he's the champion and he's not. You know, so I'm pretty much sure it's going to go that route as far as these two go. But overall, okay match. I didn't really have any issue about that.
Yeah, there was nothing crazy about it on it. I don't know what they're gonna do with Finn. Curious to see.
Yeah, I don't think he should stick to the tag team line anymore. I think he should try the single route again, because I think he's a great singles contender. But again, the roster is stacked, so I don't know how's that going to work.
Oh, neither, yeah.
But the match that, again, you talked about it, AJ Styles, when he came in, crowd over there just calling us little bitches over here.
Yeah, they were. It felt like a WrestleMania moment. It felt like a Royal Rumble moment, a SummerSlam moment. It felt like it was an impactful moment with not just the crowd. Even, you know how they do the 4K intro somebody, and you got Dom who's being Dom. I just think it just had the making for. I wouldn't have been mad if AJ would have walked out of there Intercontinental Champion.
I really thought he was gonna get the belt, because the way the match started, Dominic Mysterio was, dominating. Usually they have it like that. The heel is like dominating, then the
controlling the tempo.
The face comes and win. I
Mhm.
really thought he was gonna be the champion that night, and I wanted him to be a champion because he's pretty much gonna be retiring soon, right? But
I don't know. I don't know.
El Grande Americano came and ruined the party.
I mean, it
So
makes sense. It makes sense when you look at Dom's situation. Dom was going to win, and then AJ ruins his party at AAA. So,
you're right. You're right.
you know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying? So it's just returning the favor. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a match between these two, obviously, but a three-way match, whether here or AAA. So
It might happen, or we might
I'm
get
not mad at it.
a four-way because again, Finn Balor.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think a lot of people wanted AJ to win. AJ wins, the crowd goes ridiculous, and then Drag pops up, and that feud starts between AJ and
And
Drag.
Dominic,
No, AJ and what's his name? Dragonoff.
Dragon Lee.
No,
Oh,
remember he was an
Dragunov.
yeah.
Ilya Dragunov.
Yes,
He's
I mean,
supposed to be
hell of a
coming back
wrestler.
too, right?
Right. So that's why I thought it would have been cool for AJ to win the championship, and then you now have a three burnout match type of thing between him and Drag. I thought that would have been really entertaining. Very good wrestlers.
Um, Again, I feel that WWE is not gonna go that route. It looks like they're gonna go with another breakup from the Judgment Day, and it's most likely gonna be Dominic Mysterio. Um, whenever Liv come back from her injury
Mhm.
or whatever, then the breakup might happen again. And this time, Dominic might be, instead of a woman leaving, Dominic might be the one who leaves.
Gotcha. All I know is just don't mess with that tag team champion, future tag team champion again. The women over there, Judgment Day, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Yeah, since you brought that up, I don't Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I thought their dynamic would kind of put a little more. I would say, what's the word? Uh, Make the women's tag team champion more interesting, but I haven't seen much.
No, and like I said, I don't think it did anything to legitimize the championship because I think there's a problem just in tag in general. We talked about it before. There's just something that's off. The balance of something is off for the men's and the women's, and I don't know what they're gonna do to adjust it. I just feel like Raquel, she's doing such great ring work, in my opinion. I would love to see her more as a champion and just a threat to be like, hey, I don't know what we're gonna get, and then maybe get Nia back, and now it's two meaty women slapping meat, and I don't even know how that sounds without crossing the line, but I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying I'm here for it.
uh, but or the man.
I was about to call 911 on this one. If I wasn't gonna get in trouble for the international call, I was about to call 911. I was gonna be just like I was gonna meme. I was like,
So, I knew CM Punk was gonna say. I thought he was gonna go hard on her as far as
mhm.
her like helping her husband. But all he said was, your husband's hiding behind your back, which I don't know, didn't hit quite well with me.
Mhm.
But here it is, right there, the obvious Easter egg that they're trying to get the couples tag team match, AJ Lee versus, AJ Lee, CM Punk versus Becky and Steph. So it's so obvious that it's gonna happen. But at one point when she was slapping him, like
It was awkward. It was very awkward because
I
I was like, call 911, mom. Okay, this is assault. Like, he can't hit her. Like, we know this. It's not like, even if CM Punk was a heel, we know that's not what's going to happen. The WWE is a family organized show. And I
don't know,
get it.
now
I'm
with
fine
Triple
with it.
H, you never know, man.
No, stop it, TKO.
Because I wanted him to do the.
Stop it. It wasn't what you're gonna have in the background. You were gonna have Randy Orton in the back of the camera, like, hold on, what's about to happen? And just RKO anywhere. No.
Yeah, we need to talk about one day a show about heels.
I just feel like you can't be slapping them up around on national television, knowing damn well your wife is watching. Like, and here's the thing: let's say AJ. I'm not gonna get into. No, I'm keeping it to myself. Never mind.
I'm just saying, we're not going. I just wanted some, or yeah, you know what?
I feel like they're dropping they're stumbling with this stuff, man. Like the execution is off. Now, don't get me wrong, Becky as being there, and I don't know if she's formally in the Vision or she's just with Seth, but she's gonna add a breath of life because I just don't feel like that same intensity that I'm getting with Braun.
I think
I'm getting with Reed. Yeah.
All right. I think she's probably gonna. You probably hinted it on last episode that she's probably gonna be the catalyst to what's gonna cause Braun to break away from Seth.
Yeah, like, baby, can you see what he's doing? You're supposed to run this, not him. And you're gonna see that dynamic play back and forth. But I still believe it should have been 2-belt Becky right now. Can you imagine that 2-belt Becky telling Seth what to do? And then she's like, listen, honey, I'm 2-belt Becky. Have I ever steered you wrong? And just promo after promo, you're just like, damn, I'm a little annoyed. Dang, that'd be crazy if Seth accidentally hits her, puts her through a table, something dramatic. Where you're like dang.
Like might.
Like a curb stomp, like he's got something in his eyes. He's like, I can't see.
But
and he's about to hit CM Punk, but then AJ slides. It might even be 8. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that because I feel like you got that set up on the show. I don't want to.
It might. Or CM Punk does his. You know how? Let's say the same incident. How CM Punk can't see, and somehow Becky gets knocked out. And you remember how Seth passed out on his shoulder, and he thinks it's Seth, and he just.
No, stop. No. And that's what I mean. You're telling me I'm supposed to believe that this grown man who works out way more than most Americans, I'm assuming, picks up this light woman, like, you're still muscular, still doing her, but I'm saying just the difference of size, and be like, this don't feel like the same Seth I've been battling the last 3 months. I don't know. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and drop this on her. No, I'm sorry. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it.
All right. So as far as the rumor mills go, again, we were talking about AJ Lee coming back. So the rumor came out today that she will be coming back, but it will be on ESPN. Again, WWE trying to cash in on everybody. It's going to be at WrestlePalooza. That's the rumor.
Okay. And I felt that. And, like we talked about it off air after the recap. I feel like it should be Cora that shows up. I think Cora should show up at Chicago SmackDown. It shouldn't be AJ. I feel like you can piss people off and tease her music and then cut the commercial. People are like, boo, but I feel like Cora Jade should be the one to come out and try to defend CM Punk because all 3 of them are cool. It's like, you can't, not to say my dad, but you can't mess with my dad that way. I'm going to smack you in the face. So I think it should be Cora showing up. And I feel like AJ should be saved for, yes, a bigger event. That's why I don't understand the buildup.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Telling the GM, where's SmackDown going to be at this week? Chicago. Like, I just feel like, man, if you're going to do all that, man, WWE, man, deliver on this. Deliver. Because I'm not going to be aggravated or pissed by it. Like, I'm chill. I'm just casual. I just watch it. But you got a lot of people just pissed off, man. You get there on Chicago. It's not AJ Lee. Or AJ comes out. Her promo's not hitting the same. You're like, here we go again with a legend or a past superstar coming back. He just ain't doing it. Just ain't doing it for us.
But Chicago is Cena's last last fight, so I don't think they would bring AJ to overshadow that in Chicago.
I don't think Chicago is the last fight.
No,
He's
last last show in Chicago, basically.
yeah, but I mean it is what it is. I mean, storylines will stare. Obviously, Cena's situation may be bigger, but even the Vision promo with Becky, she should have been 2-belt Becky. Becky, that should have been the ending of Raw. It shouldn't have been Jimmy and Jay, in my opinion. Let me stop.
Oh man. Well, speaking of Jimmy and Jay.
Oh, okay. We're gonna bump that one up. We should have. I don't know what they're doing with this at all.
It was bound to happen.
Was
They were going to bring those two back together again. It was bound to happen. I feel like they work well together.
Oh, they do. I'm not mad at it. I just feel like the execution about it is just so blah. No shade to any performer. Like I said, they're out there doing what they got to do. Promos, LA Knight saying, let me tell you so you can understand. Let me tell you something. I did this. You understand? Then I did this. Do you understand? I was like, knock this motherfucker out. Hit him, crash the fuck out, Jay. Hit him in his fucking mouth. Because when you sit there talking to me like, do you understand? Bitch, I ain't stupid. Do you understand? Do we have a problem? And so then he's like, so let me know if I got to make you understand. I was like, I don't know, man. And then Jay was like, yeah, Oos. Help me understand. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean you didn't understand what he just said?
I don't know. Well, Jay, he has, compared to Jimmy, his mic work is.
I don't care. Figure it out. And that's what they tried to do. If you notice, Jay didn't say much. He said, I don't know. Oops. Help me figure it out. Boom, tear it down. And then there goes the music. They're like, we know. So what I tell you last time, just let him motherfucker brawl. Just let him brawl. Because you're starting to see him switch. Not really his apparel. He was dressed in black or whatever. But the crowd wanted him to run it back. And he's like, not this time. No. And then didn't do anything. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. So, I don't know.
But I don't think that is what WWE is trying to do with him and Jimmy is gonna pick up, because you still have LA Knight in the picture. Most likely you're gonna have a fatal four-way again.
I hope not.
It's bound to happen, because now you have Braun Breaker, Seth. I'm pretty sure Becky is not gonna be the only other member. Where you have, CM Punk, who's beefing with them.
I'm just trying to get invested in this.
LA Knight, Jay, and now Jimmy. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna get another member, just to even the odds. But we'll see what happens. WWE with the storyline, you never know.
Austin's sitting right there waiting, waiting for the call.
But before we end, the other rumor that came out today was Nikki Bella. Apparently, they're not happy with her in the backstage as far as her attitude and.
Attitude based on what? Like what? I don't know. I need clarification on attitude. I feel like for what I've read, she's getting the bad end of it. They booed her. It wasn't Becky's best match. Becky normally carries, and I guess there was some botch stuff. The kick off the turnbuckle that never hit. But I think it's unfortunate. Like we mentioned at the end of the pay-per-view from Paris, that this was a match that I just thought was a dud. It didn't work, and sometimes that happens. But I'm not saying anything negative necessarily about the performers in the ring. It's tough to do what they do and do it night out. And her not being here for a bit and coming back. At least she had said when she first got here, she wasn't here for a minute. Her plan was to be here and just grind it out. So I just think it's interesting to watch kind of what's going on, and I hope they figure something out. But if she's back, they're just like wilding in the back after performing the way she has the last two.
I think she's not in a way working well with others in a way, as far as story or issues with the other women in the locker room. But if she's being an issue, it doesn't want to conform to whatever storyline they're trying to do. Yeah, I
Travis
figured.
Scott.
Yeah, but I don't think she was the like. I thought she was a one and done. Legend coming back. Sure, like Trish did. Come back for a few and leave. But I didn't think that we're gonna try to do a whole story.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, if I could book it, just think out of the top of my head, I don't think I book her this. I'm just being respectful. I don't book her the same time as John Cena's last go. Respectfully, I'm like, hey, well, we got a plan. Here's our plan. January 1st, we got you. But right now, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna put more thought into your plan. What is it you want to do? And I would have seen her more or less bringing somebody up on NXT, from NXT to the main roster, and watch her be that person. Not necessarily a manager, but let her be that person. Kind of like Jericho was with Kevin Owens. That's why I saw her whether on Evolve or on NXT with a star, and then bring them up. And then you're watching her do that three-way match, not three-way match, but the 3-match burn off for her basically putting over that new talent. Like, can you imagine she comes out and somebody needs a manager, and the one she's managing is Jordan Grace, and she's the mouthpiece for her, and she's telling her she needs to do this, and the dynamic is, you need to be pretty, you need to do makeup, you need to do all this other stuff, and she's like, I do makeup, I do this is how I look, this is what I want, like, I'm not gonna let you. And you watch her kind of go through that as she wins in NXT, and then she comes over to the bigger roster, and then she's doing her thing, and you're hearing this person, almost like we talked about, like Becky talking to Seth, you hear this person in your ear, and now they fall out. And so now you have an opportunity for these two people who've been managers touring around. They have that chemistry to put out 3 really good matches, and Grace gets that final win as she gets put over. And you don't need a belt for it. I think it's more of a storyline and just passing the baton. That's what I would have done. Because again, the tag division and sadly the women's division, other than NXT, is missing and or incomplete.
Maybe they need Shawn Michaels to go up there and do whatever he's doing at
do
NXT.
everything. Can't do everything.
But whatever he's doing at NXT is working well, because I would say they probably have one of the best women roster.
The NXT. Best show. They have the best show. It reminds me of like SmackDown at one point was better than Raw. It's just what it was. It was the talent, and every day you could roll the dice and end up going 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. It just shit writes itself.
But overall, that's it for me for Raw, man.
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, we're gonna rate it. What do you rate Raw? Okay, out of 5, 0 to 5, 5 being excellent, 0 being what it is. What are we gonna rate Raw? Is War September 1st in another country?
This show is average.
I would have said the same thing. I would have put it 2. Put it 2. Yeah. I'll put it 2. It's the same thing, man. All Elite was banging. NXT is gonna be banging. TNA was kind of banging, but we're seeing some of the same damn things every week, man. Same damn things, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like the same ending with the villain winning, the face getting smashed. I don't know. I want something different, but
yep. So I know we'll see. Let's go ahead and get out of here. But you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. I greatly appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button, like, follow for more. We do gaming, wrestling, television, film, all things in between. If you like to come up on the show and call in, let us know. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, Manny looking like call in, we got that technology. We'll figure it out. You want to join the show? You want to join the crew? Hit us up. Let us know. We're just collectively talking. We don't know what the fuck we doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't need you watching wrestling just like we are, saying, how could they do this? This is what I would do. Come on over to my place. Not literally, but like this that we got here. If you see any links in the description, click those. Those will get you right. You know what I'm saying? We get a little kickback off of that. Notification bell on. And yeah, that's it. Until next time, collect, allow. And as always, sometimes I do forget. Mr. Showtime is known to forget. Hit by music.
Said I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it.